It all began with a message. The kind you get every day, but this one felt different, heavier somehow. "Are you busy?" she asked, followed by a soft smile emoji. I replied that I was free, asking what was on her mind. Her response came back quickly. "I need to talk about money and family." My stomach tightened a little. I typed back, "Just say it clearly. Let's not let anything get twisted between us." A few moments passed before her next message appeared. "I had to move some funds temporarily," she wrote. "To solve a problem, a simple statement, yet it set off alarms in my head." "Which funds?" I asked, my fingers hovering over the screen, waiting. The silence that followed her question was deafening. It stretched on, each second feeling like a minute. That silence spoke volumes before she even typed a word. When she finally replied, her message confirmed my worst fears. "The account for our child's future." My hands went cold. I could feel the blood drain from my face as I typed. "How much did you move?" She tried to downplay it. "It was just a short-term decision," she said, but I knew better. "Short-term choices can leave long shadows," I replied, my words feeling sharp and cold. She immediately got defensive, accusing me of overreacting through text. My response was simple and direct. Surprises hurt more than honesty. The chat paused again. I could almost picture her on the other end, chewing her lip, choosing her words carefully, trying to find a way to soften the blow. She finally admitted, "I sent the money to someone I trusted." My next question was inevitable. "Who is this someone?" "An old connection," she said. "Someone who promised fast solutions." I couldn't help but feel a wave of frustration wash over me. "Fast solutions often hide slow disasters," I typed, the truth of those words hanging in the digital space between us. "Don't judge me before you understand the whole story," she pleaded, but my patience was wearing thin. "When were you planning on telling me?" I asked. Her answer was a gut punch. "I was hoping to fix everything before you even noticed." The naivety of that statement was staggering. "Secrecy is not a repair tool," I told her. What followed was an apology, but it was tangled up in excuses, a messy web of justifications. "I need facts more than I need apologies," I replied firmly. And then the confession. A deeper, more unsettling one. "I had been planning an escape route if things failed," she wrote. I had to read it twice. "An escape from what exactly?" I asked, my heart pounding. "From feeling small and stuck," she replied. The words were laced with a kind of desperate self-pity that I found hard to stomach. "Stealing from our child's future doesn't make anyone bigger," I shot back. The tone of the chat shifted then from defensive to desperate. She said she felt cornered, afraid. But her fear didn't move me, not when I thought about what she'd risked. "Fear doesn't justify betrayal," I said. A long pause, and then the question I knew was coming. "Do you hate me now?" I had to think about that for a moment. "Disappointment feels different from hate," I finally replied. The words hung heavy between each message, each one a stone dropped into a quiet pool. I made my position clear. "I will protect our child first, always." She said she understood, but her words sounded hollow, unsure. "I need full transparency," I demanded. "Starting right now." To her credit, she agreed. Screenshots and details started flooding in, each message confirming the sickening feeling that had been growing in my gut. The picture was even worse than I had imagined. I told her my next step. "I'm contacting the bank immediately." Panic flared in her messages. "Please don't involve anyone else," she begged, but this was beyond just us now. "Responsibility requires witnesses," I replied. She accused me of trying to ruin her, but I saw it differently. "Choices ruin things on their own," I said. "We just have to live with the fallout." The chat went quiet for a long, long time after that. When she finally returned, her message was short, defeated. "I have nowhere to go." I didn't offer false comfort. "Consequences create new paths," I told her. She then asked if there was any way back for us. The answer was difficult, but necessary. Trust can't be rushed or borrowed back into existence. I then told her that the process was already in motion. Legal steps are being taken. Her reaction was a mix of shock and anger. She accused me of planning revenge, of being vindictive. I stayed calm, keeping my replies short and to the point. "I'm not planning revenge," I corrected her. "I'm planning for stability, for our child. What will happen to me?" she asked, the fear palpable even through the screen. You will face what you created, I answered, knowing there was no kinder way to say it. I feel so abandoned, she typed. My reply was swift and unwavering. Abandonment began with deception. The chat felt colder after that, but also clearer, as if a fog had finally lifted. Later, she messaged again, this time about missing our child. The pain in her typed words was evident. Contact will happen, I assured her, but it will be safe, structured, and honest. Through what I imagined were typed tears, she thanked me. I felt a flicker of something, maybe pity, but I held my ground. Remorse only matters when it's followed by change, I told her. I want to change, she wrote back. I really do. In the days and weeks that followed, our chat transformed. It became formal, factual. We discussed arrangements for our child without the heavy weight of emotion. The blame and accusation stopped. She started to listen, to really hear what I was saying. And as the tension in our conversations eased, I noticed the tension inside me easing as well. A strange sense of relief replaced the constant anxiety. The truth, as painful as it was, had finally surfaced. One evening, she sent a final, long message. It was an apology, but different from the ones before. There were no defenses, no excuses, just pure, unadulterated regret. I read it carefully, letting each word sink in. When I replied, I was honest. I accept your apology, I wrote, but I cannot accept the actions. I understand the difference, she replied. The chat slowed to a respectful distance. We were no longer partners, but two people bound by a shared responsibility. I eventually managed to recover the funds. When I transferred the money back to where it belonged, I sent her a message. Our child's future is secure again. Her reply was a simple mix of gratitude and regret. I told her lessons in life are important, but they should never cost a child's future. She quietly agreed. The last messages we exchanged were about closure, not conflict. We both acknowledged the end of what we had been. I wished her accountability and growth on her new path. She wished me peace and strength for mine. The chat ended without a final dramatic fight. It just stopped. I closed the app and sat in the silence, a strange calm washing over me. Throughout this entire ordeal, one principle had guided every reply, every decision, protecting what mattered most. The story didn't need shouting or screaming to be finished. It ended with responsibility having the final word. The silence that followed was heavy, but for the first time in a long time, it finally felt earned. Thanks for listening to my story. If you're going through a tough time, remember that clear communication and decisive action can make all the difference. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.